Alright, hi guys, it's me Elisa again. So I told you guys in my video before that I might make another video and I wasn't sure, but anyway, so I'm watching people's like V times and story times, and a lot of them have to do with online creepy stalker things or just creepy phone calls, creepy things happening to them. So I have two stories I'm going to tell you, and then one of the stories I'm going to be recommending certain things that scared the mess out of me. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys the first story. So the first story, I'm gonna do the one with my friend because it's a lot shorter than um my second one. Because my second one, I'm gonna be adding things to it, like the recommendations and stuff. So my first story was those of you that know me in person, you know that I live near a big like shopping area, so I can really walk from my dad's house. And when my parents are divorced, so when I'm with my dad, I can pretty much walk from my dad's house to the store, or go over here and go get Starbucks or go get Subway, whatever I want. But I only do that when my best friend Victoria is here. So me and Victoria, we were actually at my mom's house, and I usually don't walk from my mom's house to the store because it's not as, it's actually longer of a walk than it is from the store to my dad's house. Um, and so we were bored and we decided to make tie-dye cake or cupcakes. It turned out to be cupcakes, but at the time we weren't really sure what we wanted to bake. We know that we wanted it to be a cake. So we were walking to the store, and where my mom lives, it's a mixture of a nice neighborhood and a ghetto neighborhood. So the first half, nice. Second half is ghetto, and it's not even a half. It's more like a quarter of the neighborhood is ghetto. Like a street, pretty much is ghetto. So we're walking, and there's a street before the ghetto street. That's nice. That's the street that I always walk. I don't go into the ghetto at all. The only time I ever go into the ghetto is when I'm in someone's car, because I don't trust the ghetto one bit. So we're walking, and this guy on a bicycle is riding his bike, and he kind of just rides by and says "sup," and we're like "sup." We keep walking. We make it to the stop sign, and keep in mind this is not a 5 minute walk. It was about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, not 15 minutes. 10 minutes later, we get to the stop sign because it's a pretty long walk. I wish I could show on a map, but I don't want to give out where I live, so I'm not going to do that. So we get to the stop sign. Not really the stop sign, more like maybe 5 feet from the stop sign, and there's this big truck there, like a big. I'm gonna call them a freeway truck because I don't know the actual name. But I mean the trucks you see on the freeway, yeah, one of those trucks, like a Goodwill truck or something. So we're 5 feet from the stop sign, and this guy followed us all of that, did a U-turn, came back, pulled his bicycle up in front of me and my friend Victoria, and was like, "Hey, what's up, beautiful? What's your name?" To Victoria. Now, I'm not sure if I should be saying this, but my best friend Victoria, when she doesn't really know someone, or she doesn't trust anyone, and I actually recommend you do this. I didn't think I was going to do a recommendation for this video, for this story, but I am. I actually recommend that you do this. It's a lot safer when someone approaches you and you don't know them. She has a fake name that she uses. She uses it for Starbucks, online when she's on Omegle. Just pretty much anything in general where you're talking to strangers. So she said, "Oh, I'm Roxanne, and I have a boyfriend." He goes, "Oh, you have a boyfriend? Okay, I'll leave you alone." So we were pretty much creeped out. We started walking. He turned around. We actually had to walk around the truck because he literally was in front of us. And I'm pretty sure if we walked past him, something would have happened. So we walked around the truck and then went to the stop sign and kept walking. So I called my brother because my brother is usually the one that helps me out when I'm scared, sad, not feeling well. He's usually there. He helps calm me down and stuff. Even though he's not here in California, he can still make me feel better even though he's all the way in Texas. And if you don't know me, and you don't know that I have a brother, or you know me and you didn't know I had a brother, that's a whole other deal. It's a long ass explanation. I'll summarize it for you guys just for this video. I met him on Omegle, and we started talking, became really close, and now we have a brother sister relationship, and it's so close that we even call each other Baya and Behen, which if you don't speak Hindi, Baya is brother and Behen is sister. So yeah. Oh, but we always add the G. It's more respectful when you call anyone Baya G, Behe G, Auntie G, Uncle G. Way more respectful. So anyway, I called my brother. He didn't answer. So my Victoria calls her boyfriend and tells him everything. And we were just pretty much scared from then on. So we decided we're not walking back. We're gonna take an Uber. This is why I love Uber. So we went to the store, bought our cake and stuff, our food color and everything. We went outside, waited for our Uber. We got an Uber driver and we told the lady. And the lady in the Uber drive, she was hella chill. And this is my first time getting a lady for Uber because usually it's a guy. So let me just close my windows because I'm sorry, I just don't trust nobody. So we're in the Uber and she's telling us, you know how your mom cleans the oven with the Easy Off oven spray? And I'm like, yeah. I didn't understand what this had to do with the story. But I was like, yeah. And she was like, that's even better than pepper spray because it takes off skin. And me and Victoria were like, we need that spray. And I mean, when I went home, I asked my mom, we told my mom everything, but it was just like, man. And as we were driving up, the same guy was in the same area doing U-turns looking for us. Oh my God, that's when I knew for sure I'm not walking in there again. And if I am, I'm walking with an adult. That was probably the creepiest experience I've ever had in my life. So I got home and I told my mom everything, and I don't think I'm gonna be walking there for a while. If I have to do it again, I will take my cousin Lana because she's from the ghetto. She's from the south side of my city, so she'll be able to handle it a lot better than I could. And who knows? Maybe she knows him. I don't know. And I'm not saying that all black people know each other. I'm just saying because Alana knows a lot of people in Stockton. You'd be surprised. She's really popular. So yeah. So anyway, on to my next story. So this next story involves the first ever iPad. Involves an app called, at the time it wasn't called Pinger, it was called TextFree. And my mom had this first ever iPad, and back then when it came out, it was like the coolest thing ever. They didn't have front camera or anything, but they were really cool. I would always use my mom's iPad and play games on it, Fruit Ninja, all the cool classic games. One day, I believe it was like Thanksgiving. If not, it was just one day my mom and her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend now, but her boyfriend at the time, decided to have their family come over for dinner. So it was an Indian thing because her ex-boyfriend or her boyfriend at the time was Indian, just like her, just like me. So it was Indian food a lot. So we had a big Indian feast. It was really good. Now, me being the little child, I don't think I was that young, to be honest, but it was the first iPad, and I am 18. So, Charlie! So let me look up real quick when the first iPad came out. $2010. It's 2017. So yeah, I was probably 10 years old when it came out. So if it's, that was 7 years ago. So I was like, yeah, 10, 11. So me being the little child that I was, I decided to get up from the table. I was bored, you don't really get into adult conversations. Now I can probably sit there and talk for a while, but being a little kid, you don't want to sit there and have an adult conversations. I know my little sister Olivia, she can only sit there for so long, and she has to leave and go play. And I understand, I'm 18 myself, and some adult conversations, I'm just like, okay, check please. But my dad told me that. But yeah, so I decided, I don't know when I actually got TextFree on the iPad, but I started to get it from my mom because my mom, I don't know if she had an iPhone yet. I know for sure she had a phone, but I don't think it was an iPhone because her first phone was like a Razr phone. So I'm not sure what phone she had, but I got her TextFree anyway. I don't know why. And so the thing about TextFree, and I don't know if it still happens to you guys, but I remember every time I got TextFree, someone like saved that phone number onto their phone as someone else and would call me and ask for that person. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. Like, because the thing about text free is that it's not your own personal number. It's your number as long as you use it. Once you stop using it for like 30 days or like 10 days, they give you a warning. If you don't use your phone in this amount of days, we're going to give this number away. So if you don't use that number in a certain amount of days, it's not your number anymore. So someone obviously didn't use that number anymore, and now I got it. So their friends still have their number as them, even though it's my number now. So I was in my room and I was playing on my mom's iPad. And I don't know if I was on text free. I wasn't prank calling people, that's for sure. I was doing something on her iPad, and this number called my mom's iPad. So I answered it, and it's this lady, and she was sounded like she was in her 30s to mid 40s, maybe. I couldn't really tell, being a child. Maybe 20s, I don't know. She had a son, and I guess her son got his iPad stolen. And I guess because back then they didn't have FaceTime on their iPad, so that's how you pretty much found your iPad was text free. I don't really know the situation. I don't know why, but she called my mom's iPad and was like, aha, I found you. And I'm sitting here like, wait, what? Keep in mind, I'm a 10-year-old child. And she's like, you stole my son's iPad. I'm tracking it on GPS and I'm coming your way. And I'm like, I didn't steal your son's iPad. This is my mom's iPad. And she's like, no, it's not. This is my son's number. I'm like, this is text free, lady. But of course, she didn't believe me, and she was just telling me over and over again, I'm tracking you down. So being the child that I am, I got really scared. And I hung up and I ran. I think I even left the iPad in my mom's room. If not, I think I brought the iPad to her and told her. I don't really remember. But I remember running out of the room and telling my mom, this lady is coming to the house. I'm so scared. My mom told me it's not, that no lady is coming over. And if a lady does come over, like, I think she'll handle it. I don't really remember because, I was 10. But it was just really scary to me because, I don't know about text-free numbers that well. I don't know if you were to track it, if it would actually take you to your house, or if that number is owned by like a building and it'll take you to like a random ass building. I don't know. Because it'll tell you like if it's a 209 area code, it's somewhere in Stockton, Manteca, Lodi. And I have a 209 area code for my number, but I'm not telling you the exact city. But 209 is Lodi, Manteca, Stockton, I think Lathrop, if not. I know there's another one. Tracy, I think, is 209 too. There's a lot of cities in California that have 209. So this lady obviously didn't know that. And the fact that she knew she was talking to a child and she threatened me, she's lucky that she didn't talk to me now, because I would have said something back to her like, listen, bitch, this is my mom's fucking iPad. Got that? If you have a fucking problem with my mom's iPad, let me know. She got this as a birthday present from her boyfriend, who's an attorney, who bought it himself at the Apple Store, and I watched him. So if you want to tell me he stole it, you have to come fight me. But I wasn't. I was a child. So now I'm going to tell you guys about text-free or Pinger now. So I actually had more than one experience with Pinger where random people I didn't know were calling me, but usually it was just accidents because, like I said, it's it's not your own number. It's your number as long as you use it. Once you don't use it for like a certain amount of days, it's gone. So people would call me asking me, is so-and-so there? I'm like, sorry, this isn't their number anymore. This is a text-free number. I had one like company call me like for remodeling or cabineting, or no, it was like cram molding, countering, marbling, something. And they called me and left me a voicemail, and I called them back and I'm like, this number called me. And they were like, oh yeah, who is this? I'm like, well, this is a text-free number. I don't know who called me, but I don't know what's going on. They're like, oh, okay, we're sorry, and they didn't call me again. So things like that can happen. If you don't have like an actual iPhone and you have an iPod, then yeah, I do recommend you get like a text-free or something. But just know that your number was somebody else's number, so there's a slight chance that you could get phone calls or text messages from someone you don't know. Um, and I don't trust everyone online because I know that there's creepy people out there. Um, you know, I just have, in general, I have a trust issue. I don't know where it came from, but I started getting this really bad trust issue. I think living in the ghetto, I lost a lot of trust for people that, that live in my city because I don't trust everyone, You think you know someone and then something happens. So, yeah. I know I have more like creepy stories. I just can't think of any right now. Once I do, I will let you guys know. Um, I'm gonna tell you guys one more thing, and I don't recommend you do this because I don't know if it's real or not. So my cousin Alana, she's into scary things, not like scary movies, but like going on YouTube and finding creepy phone numbers to call. She wanted to call the devil one night, and I don't know. So I found this website. It's called like True Creepy. It's like a Reddit blog, I think. I'm not really sure. And they're posting a bunch of phone numbers. And one of the numbers I called was actually what this person said it was. He said that he was sitting in his cabin waiting for someone to remodel his cabin because it was like really shitty or something. And this Boothwell company called him for remodeling. And he's wondering why I'm saying remodeling because every time they remodeled something, they were killing someone. Like he was saying, they asked him, please give us a name. And they gave him his name. He goes, sir, I know your name. Just give us a name. So he gave him his ex girlfriend's name. Then they hang up, call him back, and he hears them killing his ex girlfriend. Like he was really creepy. So I blocked that number because I called it, and the first thing it said was, welcome to Boothwell Plaza or whatever. Your phone number has been recorded and traced. Goodbye, and then hung up. I blocked it because the last thing I need is to get phone calls from a number like that. So I'm gonna ask my cousin Alana. The next time I see her, maybe I'll text her and ask her if they called her back yet. I blocked it because I don't trust it, and the last thing I need is to, you know what I mean? Because that could ruin my day. And I already had my phone taken away once in school. I'm not trying to get it taken away again. So yeah, so I'm gonna go now because my brother's messaging me on Skype, and I have to start. I don't know if I'll start it now. Probably start it like in an hour or so. My homework. So yeah, bye guys.